So it just came up in my business that a couple family members want to work together, which isn't the first time, but this is the first time I actually thought about making a video about it. So I wanted to kind of walk you guys through my process and how I think about having people who know each other or family members on the same cleaning teams and things like that. Is that a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I guess we'll talk about it in a second. But anyway, I go by the name of DJ The Boss. If you guys are new to the channel, I appreciate you guys for being here. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel, especially if you're trying to build a business. This is an excellent place to be. I don't try to sell you guys anything. I just try to build a community of like-minded individuals, entrepreneurs, people that think like us in the same place so that we can learn from each other and grow from each other. I'm really responsive in the comments. There's not a comment in the comment section that I haven't responded to. So get in the comments if you have a question, ask other people questions, dive into other people's pages. Some other people share their links down in the comments. I'm totally cool with that. I'm just trying to build a big community here so that we have one place to go where it's not some high pressure buy my course type of thing. I just give all the the information that I know in hopes that some of that comes back to me and I can learn from you guys, and it keeps me accountable for what I put out here on the internet as well. So with that said, I hope you guys are excited for this video. If you guys have run across this, then you may have had some different experiences, and I'd like to hear about those down in the comments as well. Let me know how it's going for you. But before that, we can get this intro out the way real quick.
Look, this for all my boss days. Go through your boss days. Loving how you boss, babe. This for all my dreamers and my doers and all the entrepreneurs. Just believe in what you're doing and pursue it. Look, this for all my boss days. Go through your boss days.
All right, so wanted to bring a very close relative. I'm not gonna say exactly what the relative is, just because in case they end up watching this video, I don't want them to feel singled out. But this isn't the first time I would have had people who know each other work together or family members work together. And on one hand, you may initially think that, oh yeah, of course, people work together, they're gonna enjoy being at work a little bit more. They're gonna work harder. They can. It's a little more dependable. They know each other. They already feel comfortable. It makes working easier for them, and all that stuff's true. But there's a lot of negatives that potentially can come along with that. And one being, people who work together, they may end up not working and may end up socializing a little bit more than working, which isn't the worst thing in cleaning. I mean, it's not like we're doing surgery. We don't have to be extremely focused. We do have to be detailed, but it's not something where it requires you to not be talking. Like, you can't carry a conversation and work at the same time. I don't care about that stuff. That's not necessarily the worst of it. I think the worst of it probably comes into whether or not you're actually strengthening the team by bringing on someone that someone knows. And so that's where it starts to fall apart, because if the people are too closely related, if one of them is off that day or has an emergency situation, they're usually riding together, or it's the same family. So if there's a death in the family, guess what? Both of those employees aren't showing up. So now you have two employee positions to fill because of one family, one instance. And that it could happen a lot. I've seen that happen more often than not, where people are working together, and even if they're friends, usually if they came in together, if one of them's off, the other one's off. If they're gonna have off days, they're gonna have them together, and that creates major scheduling conflicts. So in my eyes, that doesn't really strengthen your team on any team. Whether it doesn't matter if you're cleaning or if you're you have a landscaping company or whatever you have, it doesn't necessarily strengthen the team. So I try to only make hiring decisions that strengthen the team. If you can filter out whether or not this additional person is actually going to be an asset to the team, and they're going to have their own transportation, and they don't have to work the same schedule, and they can also work apart, then that's like it's another employee. As long as they're another normal employee, and that you don't have to treat one of them a certain way because they're related to this another employee, then that's something that I'm more willing to do. But I really thought that was important to kind of pay attention to and watch out for those fallbacks or drawbacks when you're making your hiring decisions and people that know each other, because it is true that some employees will work harder if they have someone that they know closely or that they've worked with before working alongside them. It makes work more enjoyable. It makes it easier for everyone. Especially if work is a little bit more enjoyable to come to. So there definitely are benefits to it. Just be careful with some of those drawbacks, and because they can really cause some major headaches with replacing people in shifts and things like that in emergency situations. So it can go south really quick, because the second you're out of one of them, you're out of two of them, or three or four of them, depending on how many in the same family that you actually, your family or group of friends that you hire. So hope that brought you guys some value. Wanted to come back with a video. I know it's been a long time, and I've been doing some other stuff. Been recording the podcast and trying to do more content from other businesses and the businesses that we do business for and do content for. So that's where I've been. Sorry for the long gap, but I appreciate you guys being patient and being here. I love you guys. Keep that boss mentality. Peace.